I was about to steal a loaf of bread. That sounds terrible, and honestly it was. But if you've ever gone 3 straight days without a proper meal, stared into your wallet and found nothing but a few coins, felt like the entire world had turned its back on you, then maybe you'd understand why I was standing in front of the bread shelf of a small bakery in Ohio that evening, my hands trembling and my mind completely desperate. My name is Daniel Brooks. At the time, I was 29 years old, and I had just lost my job. Not just my job, I had lost my apartment, my old pickup truck, and almost all faith in myself. 3 months earlier, I had been a warehouse manager for a shipping company. Then the company downsized. Everything started falling apart from there. My savings slowly disappeared. Bills piled up. My girlfriend left. Eventually, I ended up sleeping on a park bench near the train station. I always thought I was strong, until hunger proved otherwise. That evening, I walked into a small bakery that was about to close. The smell of freshly baked bread made my stomach ache. I looked at a loaf sitting on the shelf, just one loaf. The price was $3.49. I had exactly 87 cents in my pocket. I knew I couldn't afford it. I also knew I shouldn't do what I was about to do. But desperation has a way of making people justify almost anything. I glanced around. No customers. The woman behind the counter had her back turned while organizing paperwork. I reached for the loaf of bread, and right at that moment, "I think you should take some soup too." I froze. The woman was looking at me, not angry, not alarmed, just looking. I put the loaf back down. My face burned with shame. "I'm sorry." That was all I could manage to say. She stepped out from behind the counter. "I didn't tell you to put it back." I looked up. "I told you to take some soup too." 10 minutes later, I was sitting at a small table in the corner of the bakery. In front of me was a bowl of hot soup, 2 slices of bread, and a cup of coffee. The woman introduced herself. "I'm Helen." "I'm Daniel." She nodded. Then she asked, "When was the last time you had a decent meal?" I had to think for a few seconds. That hesitation answered the question for me. Helen didn't ask anything else. She simply pushed the breadbasket closer. "Just eat." That night, I stayed behind to help her clean the bakery as a way of saying thank you. 1 hour, then 2, then it was closing time. Before I left, she asked, "Are you busy tomorrow?" I laughed. "I'm unemployed." Helen smiled for the first time. "Good." I stared at her, confused. "Come back here at 7 tomorrow morning." "For what?" "I need someone to help move a few bags of flour." That's how it all started. I came back the next day, then the day after that, then the week after that. I helped unload supplies, wipe down tables, and deliver bread to regular customers. At first, I thought she simply felt sorry for me, but little by little, I realized that wasn't it. Helen was giving me something I had lost a long time ago, a reason to get up every morning. One afternoon, while we were sitting behind the bakery taking a break, I asked her, "Why did you help me?" Helen was silent for a moment. Then she pointed to a photograph hanging on the wall. It was a picture of a young man, around 20 years old. "A year ago, my son died in a car accident." Her voice was calm, but her eyes weren't. "Since that day, this bakery has been nothing more than a place where I try to survive." She looked at me. Maybe both of us needed to be saved by someone. A year later, that little bakery was busier than ever. We expanded the coffee area. Then we launched a delivery service. I wasn't sleeping in the park anymore. I had my own apartment, a steady job, and most importantly, I believed in myself again. Next to the bakery's front door now hangs a small framed picture. Inside it is an old receipt. Total $3.49, the price of the loaf of bread I had planned to steal. Many customers ask why we framed such a meaningless receipt. I always smile, because only Helen and I know that it isn't the price of a loaf of bread. It's the price of the moment my life changed direction. Some people enter your life for only a few minutes, but their kindness can stay with you for the rest of your life. If this story touched your heart, remember that sometimes what changes a person's life isn't something grand. Sometimes it's simply a bowl of hot soup, a loaf of bread, and someone kind enough to see value in you when you can no longer see it in yourself. Thank you for listening. And if you enjoy real-life stories that inspire and move the heart, don't forget to subscribe to Deep Life Stories and join us for more unforgettable journeys. Because sometimes the story of a stranger is exactly what you need to hear today.